Q&A, question and answers, is a wonderful opportunity to reinforce your message and answer questions. But very often, it's a missed opportunity because there are no questions. Why is that? The first reason is you may be saying, do you have any questions? This is a close-ended question. Say instead, what questions do you have for me? And that is implicitly sending the message that you're expecting questions. But even still, there may not be questions forthcoming, because you're not waiting long enough for people to ask questions. 10 seconds is not enough. Give them 1 minute. Say, what questions do you have for me? And shut up for 1 minute. That way, it will give time for people to think through and process and figure out which question they're going to ask you. And for people who are on the shy side, that gives them enough time to think through and say, okay, nobody else is asking a question. I was hoping somebody else would ask a question for me, but there is still time, so I'll ask the question instead. And if this still doesn't work, here's a couple of alternatives you can do. The first one is to say, a question I'm usually being asked at this point is, and that gives you the opportunity to talk about this particular item and reinforce your message. The second option is put people in groups of 2 or 3 people and ask them to chat between themselves on the topic you just covered. And after they're finished, that will probably foster and trigger some questions. And that failing, the other option is for you to ask a question. If you talk about a new software, you may say, what do you think will help your team install this new software?